Hello there folks, welcome back to A Chap Reviews. My name is Ash and of course I am your host with a British middle-aged perspective on these movie reviews which I'm bringing you. And this afternoon I went to see Caught Stealing, which is the new release by Darren Aronofsky and stars Austin Butler in the lead role as Hank, who is something of a washed-up bartender, ex-baseball player, now plying his sort of quiet, ordinary life, carrying a lot of internal baggage from certain things which happened at an earlier phase of his life and brought his baseball career to an end. But he's living in, and the movie is set in late 1990s Manhattan, New York. So it's kind of dark and atmospheric, as that image often conjures in the mind. Now the movie is actually something of a dark thriller, violent touches of comedy. So there's a lot going on. But like I say, that atmospheric late 90s sort of sense of New York permeates throughout the movie. Now what the movie is actually about is a wrong place, wrong time scenario, which affects our main star, Austin Butler, Hank. Basically, he's living a normal life. He's got a lovely girlfriend, just starting to get the relationship going, played by Zoe Kravitz. And it seems like he's getting his life back on track from something which has happened in the past, which we're not entirely certain about at the beginning. However, his next door neighbour is played by Matt Smith, the old Doctor Who character, or star, who is playing somewhat out of type in a punk rocker English character who's his next door neighbour. Unbeknown to Hank, his neighbour, this English punk rocker, is actually a drug dealer, deeply involved in the organised crime scene. And his neighbour asks him to look after his cat while he has to leave town to go back to England because his father's had a stroke. And whilst not particularly keen on looking after the cat, Hank says, yeah, okay, if I have to. Starts getting on with looking after this cat called Buddy and has to go into his neighbour's apartment basically to get some cat food to feed the cat. And then he tumbles across some of his criminal associates, and this then spirals into a load of violent, corrupt cops. You've got Jewish drug dealers, you've got organised crime, Russians, lots of stuff going on, all interconnected. Poor old Hank, he's in the middle of it all. He's trying to navigate his way through this. People are coming to a sticky end. He's just barely escaping through this whole scenario with his life. Eventually, I'm not going to give any of the story away, it's well worth seeing. There's lots of twists and turns to the plot, but he does end up coming out the other end in one piece and with a favourable outcome, albeit he loses a kidney in the process. That's an interesting thing, you watch that. And so does Buddy the cat end up, making an exit in one piece as well to a happy ever after. But lots of stuff going on. Now, when it comes to the performances, standout performance by Austin Butler in this movie. Obviously his big role so far has been Elvis, in which he was front and centre. A few supporting roles in things like Dune and so on. But he really does a good job with this one. He anchors the role. He's still got this sort of baby face, boyish look to him. But he plays it really well as the sort of innocent character, yet who's carrying emotional baggage from an earlier phase of his life, which comes to revisit him in the course of the plot, shall we say that. Many of the other actors, Matt Smith, not in it for a great deal of time, but memorable, the role that he plays. Zoe Kravitz also, doesn't make it to the end, but actually she played a great little supporting part in this movie. I really enjoyed it. Wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. It was a thriller which actually had me on the end of my seat more than once in its various twists and turns. I didn't laugh out loud many times. It's not that sort of comedy. It's a sort of dark thriller with quite a bit of violence in it, but it's not horrific. It's an age 15. I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it 4 bowler hats out of 5. It was that good. I really enjoyed it. And I think if you like dark, atmospheric movies with lots going on, and a protagonist who's just getting on with it, regardless of all these things which are happening to him, it's one you may enjoy too. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to see the next one, because I'm bringing you at least 1 or 2 reviews of new movie releases and also classics each and every week with my uniquely middle-aged British perspective. So until the next time we meet, take care.